Hi caregivers, today's topic is deflecting displaced anger. As always, the information should not be used as a substitute from advice from appropriately qualified licensed practitioners of medicine, psychology, ADA, law, or financial planning. On the expanded disability scale, we're talking about a level 2, which is minimal disability. So when we talk about displaced anger, we want to realize that anger is a normal and natural emotion. But when it's directed towards the wrong person or the wrong source, it can be all sorts of problems. In society, this type of anger is often referred to as misplaced anger, but the correct terms are displaced anger or misdirected anger. For the resources, I'll link them in the comment section below, and as always, you can check out www.yorkshirepartners.com for more information. So the reason I chose this topic is because in so many of the support groups, I was reading stories that were similar to mine, where you're trying to take care of somebody that's constantly angry and upset and, might be calling you names, and it's very hard. It's very hard to take care of somebody and want to do the right thing when they're constantly angry or mad at you. So it's really important to understand, when the person that is blaming you for things, they might be losing their capacity to control their emotions. They might have a ton of fear and they're taking it out in the form of anger. But it's important to respond appropriately to those outbursts. So if they can take control of their emotional outbursts, it's important to also note that you might want to talk to their medical provider and talk to them, about their condition. I can tell you that it will help if they can, find a particular medication that might be helpful in maintaining their cognitive control. So the important thing to remember that even with medication, that you want to be able to deflect the anger, because you are not the cause or the source of that anger. You want to be able to try to remain silent and disengage as much as possible and comfort yourself. Try to walk away, try to go into a garage or take a walk around the block to reorientate yourself if you need to, and then take actions to recenter if the person's overreacting. So you want to realize that it's sort of like a 3-year-old that's throwing a tantrum. It's not that the 3-year-old doesn't particularly love their mother or their father or the parents, or the parents don't love the 3-year-old. It's just they're throwing a tantrum, and you have to be able to try to manage it in that regard. And then speak with others that realize their anger. And lastly, don't tolerate it. So if they keep doing it, it's one thing where you can, understand that that's what they're going through. But if it becomes a manipulative tactic where it's become like a narcissistic rage, the best thing you can do is just walk away. So there's a quote from Ambrose Bierce, which is, "Speak when you are angry and you will make the best speech that you will ever regret." So in the Plan, Do, Check Act, the other thing you want to realize is that you're probably going to be dealing with a lot of anger and frustration as well. You're going through a tremendous amount of changes as a caregiver, and your life isn't going to be the same. So you want to make sure that you're not projecting out on the person that you're trying to care for as well, and plan for that anger and understand what's driving it. Do try to stop the arguments, talk about the fear, talk about what the real emotions are stemming from, and then check to see that you are responding versus reacting in anger. So if something happens, you want to be able to analyze why the person is being or saying what they are, doing what they are, and the same as for yourself. And then ACT is to continually work towards responding versus reacting, and to try to eliminate hostility. So in conclusion, with a quote from Chris Jammy, "Unprovoked hostility is often but displaced self-defense. I must stop him before he stops me. In many such environments, nobody is really hateful so much as they are just fearful." I hope that helps, and please take care of yourself and join me on future videos.